In the annals of American history, few names evoke such raw emotions as Nat Turner. A slave preacher from Southampton County, Virginia, Turner led the largest and deadliest slave rebellion in the United States, forever altering the course of Southern history. Early life and enslavement. Born into slavery in 1800, Nat Turner was a child prodigy, exhibiting remarkable intelligence and a deep religious fervor. He was raised on the Travis plantation, where he learned to read and write, and became a devout Baptist preacher. Turner's devout faith instilled in him a strong sense of morality and a belief in the inherent equality of all people. However, the harsh realities of slavery confronted him at every turn. He witnessed the brutal treatment of fellow slaves, the separation of families, and the denial of basic human rights, a path to rebellion. As Turner traveled throughout Southampton County, preaching and interacting with enslaved people, his resentment towards slavery grew. He began to believe that God had chosen him to lead a rebellion against the institution, convinced that it was his divine duty to liberate his people. In August 1831, Turner experienced a series of visions that he interpreted as divine messages, reinforcing his belief that the time for rebellion had arrived. He meticulously planned his uprising, gathering a small group of trusted followers and carefully selecting the date for their revolt, the Night of Terror. On August 21, 1831, under the cover of darkness, Nat Turner and his followers launched their rebellion. Armed with axes, knives, and whatever weapons they could find, they descended upon the Travis plantation, the home of Turner's owner. The rebels mercilessly killed the Travis family and their house guests, marking the beginning of a night of terror that would send shockwaves through the South. Turner and his followers moved from plantation to plantation, killing white men, women, and children, and burning and destroying property in their wake. The rebellion's impact. The Southampton Slave Rebellion sent shockwaves through the South, shattering the illusion of slave docility and igniting widespread fear among white residents. Local militia and military forces were quickly mobilized to suppress the rebellion. Within a few days, the rebellion was crushed, and Nat Turner and many of his followers were captured. Turner was subjected to a swift trial and convicted of murder. On November 11, 1831, he was hanged in Jerusalem, Virginia. The aftermath and continuing debate. In the aftermath of the Southampton Slave Rebellion, the South was gripped by fear and a desire for retribution. Laws restricting slave movement and assembly were tightened, and the institution of slavery became even more entrenched. The rebellion also sparked a fierce debate about the nature of slavery and the threat of slave insurrection. Many white Southerners viewed the rebellion as proof that slavery was a necessary evil and that slaves were inherently dangerous. Others, including some abolitionists, argued that the rebellion was a result of the brutality and injustice of slavery itself. The debate over Nat Turner's legacy has continued to this day. Some historians view him as a murderous fanatic, while others hail him as a courageous revolutionary. Regardless of one's interpretation, there is no doubt that Nat Turner's rebellion was a pivotal moment in American history, a catalyst for change. Despite the suppression of the rebellion, it had a profound impact on the abolitionist movement. The rebellion's violence and the harsh white response to it shocked many Northerners and intensified their opposition to slavery. Abolitionists used the rebellion to argue that slavery was not only morally wrong, but also a threat to social order. They pointed to the rebellion as evidence that slaves were not content with their lot, and that slavery could not be maintained without violence and repression. The Southampton Slave Rebellion also helped to shape the tactics and strategies of the abolitionist movement. Abolitionists became more radical in their demands, calling for immediate emancipation and full equality for African Americans. They also became more militant in their approach, using boycotts, protests, and even violence to achieve their goals. The road to freedom. While the Southampton Slave Rebellion did not immediately lead to the abolition of slavery, it played a significant role in the long struggle for freedom. The rebellion helped to expose the brutality of slavery and to galvanize opposition to the institution. It also helped to shape the abolitionist movement and to pave the way for the eventual end of slavery in the United States. Turner's enduring symbolism. Nat Turner's rebellion became a symbol of resistance for generations of African Americans seeking freedom and justice. His story inspired countless others to fight for abolition, and his legacy continues to resonate in the ongoing struggle for racial equality. Nat Turner's legacy. Nat Turner's legacy remains a complex and controversial one. While some view him as a ruthless murderer and a threat to social order, others hail him as a heroic figure who fought for freedom and equality. Regardless of one's interpretation, Nat Turner's rebellion stands as a powerful testament to the resilience and determination of enslaved people in their struggle for liberation. His actions exposed the deep-seated contradictions of American society and ignited a debate about the morality of slavery that would continue for decades to come. In conclusion, Nat Turner's life and actions remain a complex and contentious chapter in American history. While some view him as a hero who bravely confronted an unjust system, others criticize the violent methods employed during the rebellion. However, one undeniable fact remains. Nat Turner's revolt was a pivotal event that contributed to the broader conversation surrounding the abolition of slavery in the United States. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. For more in-depth explorations of significant figures and events, stay tuned to our channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. This is all for today, and we will see you in the next video.